Good morning. A very, very happy new year, prosperous new year to you. How are we all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It is super, super amazing being able to be here with you. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. How was your holidays? How was the holidays? How was the holidays? Right? You are very welcome as we share this to our other platforms and other members. Please do same and share for us. Do same and share for us. Do same and share for us. You are very, very welcome. It is always a blessing to have you here. It is always a blessing to be able to come on here and have a conversation with you. A very happy new year to you, a prosperous one at that. We pray that as the year has started, whatever we have planned to do, whatever we have made it a point to do, may the Almighty continue to guide and bring that to fruition. You are very welcome. I want to know how your holiday was. I want to know how the festive season was for you. You are very, very much welcome. And I don't take your support here lightly at all. It is always a pleasure being able to be here with you. And so when you get on here, let me know in the chat where you are watching us from. And let me give a shout out to you. Also, do me a favor and do share this for us to our other platforms. Oops, to our other platforms. For us, it is always a blessing to have you on here. So please do me a favor and do share for us as we will start in few. But today, the first of the year, session that we are on, our topic is bracing for that new growth, bracing for that growth, bracing for that fight, bracing for that thing which you have decided to do, right? Bracing for that. That is what we are talking about here. So as I share this, my name is Amanda Krufiaye, and I am your host and the founder of A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. This is one part of our umbrella, right? The main ones that we do is supporting the needy as much as we can with our substance, with our anything that we have, right, that God has given us to do. That is what we do. So you are very much welcome to A Dose of Encouragement. I don't take your support lightly at all. And I appreciate you for being here, right? So let's dive right into it. Embracing for that growth, embracing for that new growth, right? I said embrace for the fight, right? For it is the struggles that new growth take place. It is that struggle that new growth take root. It is that struggle that new strength are forged. That every challenge that we step in, right, becomes a stepping stone towards that greater height, right? So it is that fight that we got to embrace. It is that fight that we got to see that this fight that we are embarking on, or this fight that is being thrown to us, what is it going to, or where is it going to take us? That is what we have to look at, right? And so, if you do have any comments, do feel free and put in the chat for me, right? Do let me know what your thought or what you also think about the topic as I share this to our other platforms, right? As I share this to our other platforms, bear with me, right? So it is that growth, it is that fight that we have to basically figure ourselves out, basically find out what we're doing, basically figure out what exactly or where we have to go, right? To be able to, or what we have to do to be able to not only be able to stand, but be able to fight through it, right? Be able to push through it, be able to figure ourselves out, be able to say that, hey, it's new year, it's new beginning, it's new aspiration. Things are going to keep hitting us left, right, center. I said growth begins where our comfort zones end, right? It begins where that place that we feel comfortable in. It begins where adversity start hitting us. It begins where people want to basically say what they want to say to us. It begins where people even want to lie on you. It begins where after you have failed severally, right? That you try again. After you have failed severally, you learn from those mistakes and you embark on the other, and you embark on the next journey, and you embark on what needs to be done, because guess what, you have made it upon, or you have taken that decision that, hey, I might be going through struggles, I might be going through challenges, I might be going through pain, I might be going through this, but I am not going to let the towel be left alone, or I am not going to throw in the towel. So that is where we forge new alliance. That is where we back something with amazing steps. That is where we take the extra step, because look at it this way. I believe in one thing: little drops of water, right, make a mighty ocean. Little drops of water helps us grow. Little drops of, so little steps that we have to take allow us to keep moving. Little drops that we have to take allow us to keep pushing. Little drops that we have to take allow us not just sit where we are sitting, but keep pushing through. Because you know what, until you decide, or until you say to yourself that, hey, I am going to stop working at my goal, I am going to stop pushing through, you are going to stay where you are. Right. So I said, after failing to bake a cake, that's an example that I gave, someone tries again. Because what? The results that they got wasn't what they were looking for. So after trying again to start that business, after trying again to start that journey, that it didn't go for you, right? You did not say, or you wouldn't say that, I am now going to start again. Why am I even talking about bracing for the growth, or bracing for new growth at a new beginning, at a new year, right? We might have done growth before, right? But every new year brings new things. Every new year brings new aspiration. Every new year allow us to look back onto the previous years, to look back onto yesterday and ask ourselves, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? Right? Meaning, failure teaches us valuable lessons. Meaning, failure is not the final bus stop. Meaning, failure is not that space where you be like, okay, I did this. I did not get to the place that I wanted to get to. And so I'm not going to try again. Failure allow us to learn from those and keep pushing. It allow us to learn from those bitter lessons that came our way and keep pushing, right? The fight that we fight fuels that fire within us. What is that fire that you have within you? What is that fire that you want people to know? What is that fire you want to be able to not only get to that space that you want to be, but you want to keep it burning? That dreams, let it fuel that aspirations of yours. That dreams, let it fuel that goal of yours. That dream, let it fuel that zeal that you have, right? Let it fuel it. Because it's like you trying to learn new games, you trying to practice new things, right? You only gonna be good at it if you continue practicing. So that is why I said failure is not the final bus stop, right? It is one that you take all variables, put it on that plate of yours, and begin to tear them apart and ask yourself, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? How did I get here? How do I make it better? Right? Because, like the kid trying to learn new things, right? They will keep going, especially learning video games, they will keep going. And I see you on here. Guys, let me know what you all think about the topic, right? We learn from each other. I do not know everything, right? That is why I love this so much, right? So let me know in the chat. Keep tapping on the like button for us and keep sharing for us to bless others, right? So you're going to keep learning. Challenges can inspire us to work harder. How are you making that challenges that you went through help you forge ahead, help you push through, help you get to that next phase that you need to get to? Bracing for that new growth, bracing for that fight, right? Climb higher, right? Climb higher because that view is worth it. Climb higher because that glory is worth it. Climb higher because that result that you're looking for, it is worth it. Right? You deserve it. So climb higher. As people that goes on hiking keep pushing through, as people keep driving through, as people do not stop about where they find themselves, but they keep going at it. Keep doing so. Keep pushing through, right? Keep driving that goal of yours. Keep setting that goal. Keep setting that aspiration. Ask yourself, hey, what exactly do I have to do? How do I do this? Where do I go for this? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, what did I do the last time that did not help me? How do I change it? How do I make this a better thing this time? How do I move from this stage to that stage? Right? And the example that I gave, I said, as a hiker reaches the top of the hill after a tough climb and enjoys that beautiful view, so you can do it. Your beautiful view might be that result you're looking for. Your beautiful view might be that station you need to get to. Your beautiful goal might be that degree that you have to bag. That might be your beautiful goal. So ask yourself again, where do I want to get to? How do I want to get there? If anything at all, what do I need to do to get there? These are some of the questions you have to ask yourself, right? Those are some questions you have to ask yourself. How do I get there? What do I have to do? What exactly do I need to put in place? Ask yourself those and figure out if whatever you have to put in, if that goal, if that aspiration, if that result that you've been praying for is what you are working towards, right? I said, meaning hard work pay off at the end. Hard work bring the result, right? So as the year has started, as we have gotten to the peak of it, right? As most people say, oh, it is drawing the new year, it is drawing January, that people get to know how the year is going to go. Yes, true and true. Because that is when you figure yourself out. That is when you try to ask yourself, what do I have to do? How do I have to do it? Where do I go to get the results that I need? Where do I go to get the resources that I need? Where do I go to find myself the results that I need? Where do I go? That is where you find yourself. Let me put this up here. That is where you find yourself, or you find that, right? So until you decide that, hey, This is what I want to do. This is where I want to go. This is what I need to put in place to get to that result that I need. Right? You're always going to fumble. You're always going to be going left, right, center. You're always going to be blown away anywhere that the wind blows. Right? But if you do that homework right, if you do put in that work, if you do ask yourself that, hey, I started last year. I started towards the end of the year, but I didn't get to my result. And so this is where that I have to step in. This is where I have to do A, B, C, and Z. Then that is what is going to happen for you. Right? So that is why in the beginning of the year, we need to embrace that goal. We need to embrace that aspiration. We need to embrace that difficult moment that comes our way. Right? That is what we have to do that. One sec as I put this here. So don't let anybody tell you that, oh, it is never doable. Right? Don't let somebody tell you you can never do it. Don't let somebody tell you, oh, but even when you tried, where did it get you? Even when you tried, how did you get to your destination? Hard work pays off at the end. Growth thrives in discomfort. Right? You thrive in your discomfort. It is in your discomfort that you grow. It is in that discomfort that you get those aspirations, you get those results. It is in your discomfort. Learning new things might feel tricky. Learning new things might take time. Learning new things might become easier too with time. So keep learning. Keep pushing. Brace yourself as the new year has started. Brace yourself for growth. Brace yourself for good things. Brace yourself for aspiration. Brace yourself for all that you have dreamt of. But be ready to also fight through. Be ready to push through. Be ready to go through it. Be ready not to give up, not to throw in the towel. Be ready. I said learning new skills like cooking or even starting a new business is tricky, but over time they become easier. Over time, you get good at it. It's like you starting to crawl. Over time, that child start to walk. Over time, that child start to run. Over time, that child start to jump. Right? Over time, things fall in place. So do not despite what you see now. Do not think that, hey, what I'm going through, how do I get there? What I'm going through is not easy to deal with, right? Because we thrive in discomfort and growth comes in our discomfort, right? Struggling with something new often leads to improvement, often leads to mastering that thing, often leads to you becoming perfect in that, often leads to you becoming good in that. So keep pushing. It's the new year, it's the beginning of the month, it's the beginning of the year. Keep thriving in discomfort. Keep thriving in struggle. Keep thriving in what needs to be done. Keep pushing through, right? Because struggling with something new often leads to that improvement, right? You might fall, but rise and repeat. You might fall, rise and do it again. You might fall, rise and keep going. Nobody said success was going to be easy. Nobody said you're going to be okay. Hi, Mr. Richie, I see you on here. Nobody said you're going to get it on a silver platter. Nobody said that. How are you doing, sir? Nobody said that, right? As much as you do not give up, as long as you keep pushing, as long as you keep saying to yourself that, hey, this is where I want to get to. But I know for a fact that it will not come easy. I know for a fact it might not come on a silver platter. And so I am going to run through it. You're going to get there. Right? So learn to fall, learn to rise, and learn to repeat. Right? Falling might be you failing at that particular goal. Falling might be you not even feeling like it. Falling might be you have tried, but it did not work for you. That doesn't mean you should stop. That means that you should get up, dust yourself up, and keep moving. Because new year, new beginning, things might be thrown at you. Things might be tough. Things might seem like, hey, we're not going anywhere because guess what? We just started the year and everything is slow. Stay on track. Stay focused. Stay true to the course. When you fall, rise up. When you fall, repeat the process. When you fail, dust yourself up and keep pushing. Right? It's like a child trying to crawl. He will fall. When he's trying to stand up, he will fall. He might get hurt. But does that stop him? That does not stop him. He keeps trying until he gets it. He keeps trying until he can crawl. He keeps trying until he can walk. He keeps trying until now he can be jumping, running around. So who says that that journey of yours is going to be easy? Who says that you're going to get things on a silver platter? Who says that things ain't going to be difficult before it get better? Who says you got to throw in the towel now? Right? I wrote here, I said, a kid learning to skateboard falls several times, but keep trying until they master it. So keep mastering that goal of yours, that dream of yours, that thing that you want to ask, you want to get to, keep doing it. I'm telling you, it is not going to be easy. But you know what? You know where exactly you want to get to. And so I always say this, if you do not believe in yourself, nobody will. If you do not trust yourself, nobody will. As magnets attracts, so are we, because we are like magnet. Right? So if all you're doing is telling yourself, okay, I cannot do this, I do not want to do this, or I will not try again, how do you brace up for the new growth? How do you get to a space where you can only win? Rise from that fall. Because look at it this way. Those billionaires, Einstein and them, they did not try once. They did not even try 100 times. They tried more than that. And guess what? They were able to get to that goal that they wanted to get. They were able to get to that destination of theirs. So what makes you want to stop now? What makes you want to throw in the towel now? What makes you say to yourself that, okay, things are slow now. Things are not going the way I want now. Oh, it's the beginning of the year. Things are looking very slow. And so I'm going to let go. Keep going no matter what. No matter how many times you fall, keep going. Viewers, let me know what you think about the topic in the comment section and keep sharing this for us. Also, let me know where you are watching me from. Right? Keep going no matter how tough things become. It might not be you staying on that same thing. It might be you regrouping yourself and you retrying something new. But in all, do not give up. In all, do not let go. In all, do not throw in the towel. I had a conversation with somebody, and the person was telling me how things are not going as they are supposed to go, how whatever situation is making them feel like a failure. And I said one thing, I thought about it and I said one thing to them. And I said, listen, as far as you don't say to yourself that I'm not trying again, as far as you do not say to yourself that I'm not going to push, as far as you don't say to yourself that, okay, I give up, the trials might come, the struggles might come, the obstacles might be thrown at you. Sometimes you might feel like you are suffocated. Sometimes you might feel like, hey, what did I sign up for? If that is not the path you want to go, rise, dust off, repeat, see fit, and find that variable in it that will help you not only get to that destination of yours, but build on that bridge that you were not able to get to that goal of yours. Right? So fall, rise, and repeat. Right? Fall, rise, and repeat. Fall, rise, and do it again. Fall, rise, and keep trying is what we're talking about here. Because guess what? The harder you climb, the stronger the soul. The harder you climb, the stronger you become. The harder you climb, the stronger you get your footing. The harder you climb, the stronger the adversities. Have you realized that whenever you get into that goal, that aspirations, that breakthrough of yours, things start falling left, right, center. And it is up to you to regroup. It is up to you to look back and say that, hey, I need to get to that space. But here I am. This is what I'm dealing with. What do I do? Fall, rise, and repeat. Right? So after the hard work, right, you either get to your destination, you either get more than what you get, you feel proud of yourself, right? After you get to that, after you have climbed harder, after you have fought the good fight, after you have gotten to a place where you say to yourself that, indeed, I'm glad I stayed to the course. You get your goal achieved. You get your aspirations achieved. You get to that space that you've been dreaming of, right? Because guess what? Your struggle is your story. So bracing up for the fight, bracing up for new growth. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter how people are going to lie on you. It doesn't matter how people are going to paint you black. You know your truth. You know your story. Right? So it doesn't matter what might have been said concerning what you're doing, what might have been said concerning your journey, concerning your aspiration, concerning your dreams. Because I always say this, if what you're doing doesn't have any iota of greatness in it, you wouldn't have people talking about you. You wouldn't have people trying to pull you down. You wouldn't have people trying to stop what your growth, your dreams. You wouldn't have people tearing you apart. Have you thought about that? So with the new year, brace yourself up because the fight ain't gonna be easy. The fight ain't gonna be like every other fight. The struggles ain't gonna be like every other struggle. The The tremor ain't gonna be the same like the previous ones you had. Because you know why? This is greater than the previous ones. The goal you're looking to achieve is greater than the previous ones. And so those struggles are gonna come. Those fights are gonna come. And it might be coming from people that you trusted to help you, people that you trusted to hold your hand, people that you trusted to push you, people that you trusted to help you get to your destination. But when you know to brace yourself, to brace up for the fight, to brace up for the struggles, to brace up for the obstacles, you only get to build. You only get to be prepared for what is to come, for how you're going to take it, for how you're going to push through when those things come. Because your story, your struggles are your story. I said, someone who overcomes a difficult time inspires others to share how they got through it. How did you make it the last time? Last year, those struggles that came, how were you able to maneuver through it? How were you able to see through it? How were you able to get on the higher side? Those are some questions you got to ask yourself. Those are some questions you have to think about, right? Because the fact that you were able to overcome those gives you the upper hand to brace yourself for what is up, to brace yourself for what is coming, to brace yourself for what needs to be done, what needs to be put in place. Happy New Year to you too, Reverend. Right? So brace yourself for that fight. Brace yourself for that struggle. Brace yourself for that growth. Because your story or your struggle becomes your story. Right? Challenges shape who we are and who we become and who we can inspire. Because challenges doesn't let you stay the same prior to it. Challenges gives you the ability to shape the way you look at things, to shape the way you approach things, to shape the way you go towards something. Maybe before you were doing them carelessly, but now you do it with reasoning. But now you do it with maximum planning. Because our challenges shapes who we are and shapes who we can inspire and who we can become. Brace up for the new growth. Brace up for the fight. Brace up for all the things that need to come. Bloom where you are planted. But reach for the skies. Reach for the greatness. Reach for the good things. Reach for it. Right? Don't just be complacent with where you are. Don't just be okay with where you are. Don't just say to yourself, okay, this is where I am. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Brace up. But in bracing up, reach out for the skies. Let the skies be that starting point. Right? Do your best whenever you can, wherever you are, but never stop dreaming. Never stop reaching for that sky. Never stop reaching for that goal. Do your best. Right? Because your scars help prove your growth. So don't be too quick to raise off those scars, right? Don't be too quick to erase those scars that you've gotten from those struggles, from those pain, from those battles. Don't be too quick to clean it off. Don't be too quick to say that, okay, I went through that. It is time for me to clear it off. It shows how prudent you are, how strong you are, how ready you are for the next phase, how ready you are for the next battle, how ready you are for you to get to that space that you need to get to, how ready you are for the new challenge, new height. Your scars are proof of your growth, right? Meaning our strength shows how much we have learned, how much we have grown, how much we can achieve, even in time of spare, even in time of adversity, even in times of struggle, right? Challenge today and conquer tomorrow. Challenge today and expand on tomorrow. Challenge today and keep gathering tomorrow, right? Because when you train for something greater, you build the strength for it. You build the capacity for it. You build the aspiration for it. You build the momentum for it. So stop building those momentum. Stop building those walls. Stop building those strength for it. Oh, but Amanda, I am tired. I keep getting the same result. Try something different. Try doing it a different way. Try getting to a different approach. Try looking at it some in other ways. Build on that strength until that finish race, until that finish line, until that space where you can look back and say, indeed, I have fought a good fight. As the year has started, as we embrace ourselves for new beginnings, new growth, new aspirations, new dreams, and all, let's brace up. Let's get ourselves ready. Let's be in preparation mode. Let's keep pushing and keep fighting. Because I tell you this, your success for the entire year depends on how you started. So if 4 days into it, you already given up, then it's not going to be a good battle. I get it. Sometimes the pain, the struggle, the zeal is not even there. Sometimes it feels like you're going in that same revolving door. Sometimes it feels like there is nothing that you haven't tried. The word of God says that if you can hang on just a little bit longer, if you can just dive a little bit deeper, if you can hold on to it a little bit longer, if you can hold on to that goal, to that dream, to that aspiration, to that height you want to get to. If you can hold on a little longer, you will get the results you need. If you can brace up, be prepared, as the Bible tells us to wear the armor, right, of God. If you can be in preparation mode for what is yet to come, for what we are hoping for what we are aspiring to be, for what we want, where we want to get to. Because the earlier you start, you will get a good start into the race, right? So if only you can hang on a little longer, if only by not giving up, but you keep trying, even if it means trying new things, even if it means trying different things, if only you can do that, you will not only get to that goal, you will not only get to that aspirations, you will not only get to where you need to get to, but you'll be able to find that change in that challenge, right? You'll be able to find that change because strength rises from the storm. Have you been in a situation where you're going through struggles, you're going through pain, you're going through adversity, and all of a sudden you get some sort of strength to carry on to the finish line? That is that kind of strength I want us to embrace ourselves for. Things might not come on a silver platter. Things might not be rosy. Things might not go the way we wanted it to go. But as long as we have braced ourselves up, we'll find our strength in the storm because growth awaits. We find our resilience in those resistance, right? Facing opposition only builds our determination and keep us going. It only builds our determination and keep us looking forward for that great thing that we want to achieve. Grow endlessly. There is no limit or there is no end to how much you can grow. But look at it this way. If there are people in your life who do not want to grow, do you stay with them? Or do you keep pushing on? If the people you have don't have the same goals with you, work on your goal. Brace yourself up. Bracing yourself up could be you learning new skills, could be you putting preparations in place for the next big thing, could be you taking that course to help you build, to help you grow, right? Fight fiercely, grow endlessly, because new growth demands bold steps. New growth demands you taking that huge escape. Okay? Because when you're stretching for that good thing, even though there are risks involved, you eventually get to it when you are at that end goal. New growth demands huge and big steps. So take them. Do some soul searching and take them. And look at it this way. Our struggles sparks our transformation. Our struggles get us to get to that space where we are super organized, where we get help from balance and everything, where we get help from being able to put things in transmission. being able to put things in fruition, right? Because at the end of our comfort zone comes our growth. At the end of our comfort zone comes our greatness. At the end of our comfort zone comes a place of peace, a place of new growth, a place of aspiration, a place of achievement. How do you want to achieve in the new year, in the new era, in the new goal? How do you want to achieve? How do you want to get that goal of yours achieved? Right? How do you do that? Challenge yourself to help you conquer tomorrow. Challenge yourself. You know, let those struggles that we faced last year help us become a better us. Help us become a better version of ourselves. Right? Because you got those scars last year. You got those battles coming your way in preparation for what is yet to come, for what you are yet to achieve. So if you do not prep, if you do not get to a place where you challenge your today to conquer your tomorrow, how do you get to brace up for the new growth? This year, there are going to be more wins. There are going to be more greater things. But until we position ourselves for that, until we be in preparation mode, that is where or how we'll be able to get there. So, my dear, the new year has started. The new month has started. 4 days into it. Brace up. Brace up yourself for that fight. Whether the good fights, whether the bad fights. For that growth. For that improvement. You think where you are is where you're going to be? There is more to you than what you see yourself to be. There is more to you getting to a certain height than where you see yourself to be. As a man thinketh, so is he. We are like magnet that attracts. So attract. And you got to start early. Attracting those good things. Attracting what you want to see. Attracting where you want to be. Attracting where you want to be in life. By brazen up. Brazen up also means that you sitting there and having a conversation and asking yourself, is this helping me? Is this taking me a step closer to my goal? Is this something that I want to be seen for? Is this something that I want to achieve? Is this steps going to help me get to my goal? Because Lord, you know that you are built for more than what you see. You know for a fact that what you see in yourself to be is not where you're supposed to be. But guess what? You've accepted it. You're not willing to do anything about it. You're now willing to be a little uncomfortable in that situation to see what needs to be changed. That was probably the reason why you sat in that goal and not achieve it last year. And so it is important that this year you start right. We start right. We start on a good foot. I was reading something online, the holiday season, and somebody said, for you to get on a good, to step on into the new year on a good foot, lift your left leg up. And I just laughed. I said, in a way, it makes sense. Because look at it, it says, stepping in with the right foot. So you do not want to step in with your left foot. You do not want to step in on the wrong note. You do not want to be in a space where all you get is negativity. That all you get is pull me down syndrome. That all you get is you can't do the syndrome. That all you get is there is nothing good coming out of you syndrome. Right? You gotta be in a space where you have the I can do syndrome. I will do syndrome. I'm braced up for the challenges syndrome. These are some of the things, these are some of the places you need to be. So if your circle is not giving you that, check it. Revamp it. Revisit it. Make the changes if you have to. Right? And you know, the battle, our battle scars are proof of growth. I wrote something relating to the military. I said, as a veteran returned home, channels their experience into community service and built a life of purpose. I read this because I want us to look at the latter part of the statement. Build a life of purpose. What kind of purpose are you building on? Are you building a life of purpose? Or you are going with the wind as and when it comes? Or we like the chaff that get blown everywhere in every direction that the wind blows? You might not get everything on a silver platter. You might not even get the chance to explain yourself. You might not get the chance to choose what you want. But you must be ready to forge ahead. You must be ready to fight through it. You might be ready. You must be ready to brace up for the new growth, for the new things, for the new levels that is coming your way. What do you think you attract? There are battles that you got to fight, not once, not twice, but more. But in all, as long as you brace yourself up, you only get better. So as that soldier comes home, channels his or her experience to community service, the latter part of that statement is that he or she builds a life of purpose. In building our life of purpose, we might go through the tremor, the obstacles, the pain, the lying upon, the breaking down, the pull me down syndrome. But guess what? You need to ward yourself. You need to brace up for the fight. You need to brace up for the struggle. You need to brace up for that pain that might come. Because I always say this, if there is nothing greater in you, nobody would ever fight you. Nobody would ever contend with you. Nobody would tell negative stories about you. Nobody would try to do pull me down syndrome on you. Because guess what? You do have something they don't have. You do have something in their million years can never get. And so that is the how or what they know best to do. Pulling others down. Destroying people's had built reputation. But once you have formed that wall, built up that or brace up that fight, you get to see them turn on their own self. Because they actually doing those because they cannot do half of what you're doing. Maybe you think I'm just saying, but look at it this way. Have you realized that whenever you have issues with somebody or whenever you have any misunderstanding with somebody, it's either the person cannot achieve what you're achieving or they cannot come even a step close to where you are, whether education wise, whether business wise, they cannot match up to you. And so what they trying to do is that you get those obstacles thrown at you, those stones thrown at you, those struggles thrown at you. But the moment you brace up, the moment you know what you carry and you know where you want to get to, and you know that your scars only makes you stronger and that your growth begins where your comfort ends, everything changes. Your perspective changes. Your ideology or your light bulbs goes up. And you start acting on it to build on your grace, to build on the things that you're looking for. So brace up for that fight because adversities shape us or shapes the sword. Trials shapes who we become. Pain shows who we will be. Build up that formidable wall, ready for that battle, ready for that struggle, ready for what the year has in stock for you. Brace up for that. And you would realize that you might get some tougher feedback along the way, but you would improve them. You might find yourself in obstacles, struggles, pain, but you'll be able to overcome them without even thinking through it. So as we go into the weekend and into the year and into the month, let's brace up for those fights. Brace up for those struggles. Brace up for those new growth. Brace up for those dreams, goals, aspirations that we're looking to achieve. And don't let our adversaries or the struggles or the pains or the obstacles that comes our way push you from doing what you need to be or what you need to do to get to that goal of yours. The new year is upon us. And so let's brace up for a good year. Let's brace up for a tremendous year. Let's brace up for the downs, the lows, the difficulties, the ups, and the light up moments. Let's brace up for the things that we did not plan for but will happen. Let's brace up for that goal, that dream, that aspiration that we need to. Morning, Miss Telma. How are you doing, ma'am? Let's brace up for it. You know, one of the things in bracing up for it, especially when people want to do the pull me down syndrome of either lying on you, either telling difficult stories about you or what have you, is you killing them with silence and brazen up to work on yourself and brazen up to build on you and brazen up to better yourself. So in this new year, in this new growth, in this new beginning, in this new month, let our struggles transform us. Let our struggles help us thrive. Let our struggles spark up that transformation. Those struggles that we went through last year, those pains that we went through last year, those low moments that we went through last year, let us use those as a stepping stone. I'm great, thank you. I'm great as well. Let's use those as a stepping stone. If that thing or if that person is meant to be for you, it will come for you. But I do not want any of us to stay without brazen up, to stay without getting prepared for those fights, for those new growth, for those struggles, for those pains that will come in building our dreams, our goals, our aspirations. Brace up for the fight, for the growth. Brace up for the resistance in finding resilience, in finding breakthrough, in finding steadiness in whatever might come our way. I said in resistance, we find resilience, right? And I said, as a person faces criticism at work, uses it to fuel, to improve and excel, providing their capacity or capability. So in adversities, we find strength. In struggle, we find solution. Right? Because guess what? Resistance often builds resilience needed for us to succeed, needed for the next phase, needed for the next thing that we have to work on, needed for all that greatness that we need. So as we go into the year, as we go into the week, as God has been good that we've seen another year, let's start right. Let's build right. Let's brace up for those new fight, for those new goals, for those new aspirations. Because my brother, my sister, if you want to get into business, there are going to be struggles. There are going to be pains. There are going to be obstacles that you got to leap over. But guess what? If you do not have the right tools, if you do not have the right things in place, you would not be able to. Let's go out there, bracing up for greatness, bracing up for new growth, bracing up for greater height, greater things, and build it gradually. And so that when that obstacle comes, when that struggle comes, when that pain comes, you'll be able to withstand it. You'll be able to not only jump over it, but solve that problem whilst jumping over it. So let's go out into the week fully prepared, fully braced up, fully looking forward into what this year has for us, what this week has for us, and work towards that and build on us. I always say this, you might be somebody's source of blessing. So let's push this out too. But I pray for you that you will brace up for the new fight, the new goals, the new aspiration, the new growth, the new you as the year has started. I pray that you would put in place those goals, those steps, those aspirations to help you build right. So let's go into the week, putting in place measures for our growth, for our happiness, for our greatness, to achieving that goal of ours. Thank you for joining me today. Today being the first session of the year. If you don't know what this is a Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. And this is a mini umbrella under the main umbrella of we supporting the needy in every little way, shape, or form. I say this to remind you that the year has started. We'll be prepared for our new year 2025 Social Impact Project. You are welcome to join us. You are welcome to jump on board with us. If you are passionate about 7 individuals, 7 people, putting smiles on people's faces, being a beacon of hope, that is what we do. That is what we are about. That is our website right there. Check us out. Figure out what we do, how we do it, and how you can also be of support to the needy in any way, shape, or form. Because you know what? We believe in a heart that cares to a hand that gives. And so it is not about the amount. It is not about the quantity, but it is about the thought, the belief behind everything that we do. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda, and I am the founder of A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. I come your way every Saturday morning as time permit for us to learn, because we believe in also building a community where we have each other's back, where we support one another, whether through our words, whether through our what we give or other means, where nobody is looked down upon, where everyone is equal. So until I come your way again next week, God willing, I need you to share this out to everyone that you can possibly do to, so that you might be a blessing to somebody. Let us all start the year right on a good note, bracing up for the greatness that is to come, bracing up for the good things that is to come, bracing up for the overflow that is to come. Until I come your way again, I sign out. My name still remains Amanda Akrofi-Aye, and I will see you again next Saturday. Stay blessed, have a fruitful Saturday, and have a blessed week ahead. Bye for now.